The Vee Trades technical analysis course is now live. Learn to read the chart the right way to prevent costly mistakes. Click the link below to start training now. What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for the Spider S&P 500 ETF Trust with the ticker symbol SPY. If you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Also, take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate it very much. This video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. Here we have the daily chart for the SPY, and it looks like last week we could not stay above the EMA. Prices dropped down below it, found resistance, trapped longs, and then started dropping down lower. So where is it going most likely next? Well, it looks like it's probably gonna go lower in the future until obviously something drastically changes, but it does look like prices want to continue dropping lower. But how much lower? Well, there is this potential measured move that could be reached. This is the first leg down. This is the second leg down. You can see how prices are attempting to make that second impulse to this target at the low 380s. So 381 market with a horizontal line is the next target that prices want to reach. And about 10% of the time we come up short, and also 10% of the time we overshoot it. But majority of the time we will come very close to it. So this probably be a good level for prices to get a rebound from, because it's overextended. So maybe we go down a little bit lower in the coming days, and maybe towards the middle to end of the week we get a bounce up. We'll have to wait and see, but as right now it looks like prices are attempting to fulfill this measure move lower at the 380s. So prices were inside of this range pattern right over here. Make it orange. We had a breakout on the bottom, breakout on the top, prices came back in. And normally the third breakout will be successful. So you can see how the other two breakouts were failures, because prices tried to break down lower here. Prices rallied higher, tried to break out on the top side, failed. Prices came back inside the range. Now we broke out again on the bottom side. So usually when I see this, the third time is the charm. So this is probably the real deal. So we can see continuation much lower to the downside. We'll have to wait and see. But as right now, it does look pretty good. Also, you can see that prices failed to reach this measure move target right here. This is the first leg higher. This is the second leg. We came up short of this measure move target, which shows me that the bulls are weak. So there's a good chance they fulfill this measure move right here, this longer one, and that's targeting the 335 levels. So we'll have to wait and see if one gets there far. I mean, that's probably a few months down the road, but as right now, probably next week, I'll be expecting a little bit of lower prices, low 380s, before receiving some type of bounce. Let me go and zoom out a little bit more. You can see how the overall structure is kind of rangy. I'll show you guys that right now. So this looks like the overall structure. I'm going to make this one yellow. So you can see that we're finding a lot of resistance at the low 400s, like the 415, 416 level. And we're finding support right around the mid 350s. So mid 350. So this looks like the range pattern. Since we hit the top side, prices will be attempting to probably reach the bottom side, unless we run into a level that prices can't break through. But as right now, looks like prices want to continue dropping lower. I'll be expecting a bearish coming months for the SPY. So that's all I have for the SPY on the daily chart. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Here is the weekly chart for the SPY. And you can see that prices are still kind of having this downward bias to it. I can go and draw a channel on here. So this looks like the downward bias, and prices attempted to go lower here once. We pulled back, and this is the second attempt to go lower. So usually the second attempt will lead to the bigger move, because the second mouse gets to cheese. So usually the people who went short first get trapped out, and then the second time will usually do be the trick. So you can see that prices made a lower high. Bulls try to buy above this green candle, and it went up a little bit more and immediately reversed, closed right below the EMA strongly. So this looks like the real deal. And since this is a breakout of this yellow channel, there's a potential to reach this bottom point of the channel at the 347 level. So that could be hit in the future, and possibly even lower. If we use a more recent measure move target, This one right here, this leg is the most recent large leg down. If we continue in the fashion we're currently going in, like I said before on the daily chart, we can reach the 334, 335 level. And that will also probably coincide on the monthly charts trend line. So this is the monthly chart. Since 2009, you can see that prices have been trending up. But now we are in a different state of the market since pretty much January of 2022. So it's already been about a year and a quarter of downward choppiness. So there's a good chance we probably see more of that the rest of the year. It's not something you guys have seen before pretty much since 2008, 2009, because most of the time it was going up. So now this is like a different state, so it's going to be much different. It's not going to be the same all the time. I'm going to make this orange. So we had this major uptrend. You can see this trend line. Prices like to come to it after these big rallies higher. So we just had another big rally higher in end of December 2021, January 2022. So it looks like prices are attempting to reach right over here, this side of the trend line, and that also coincides with the measured move at the 330s. So there's a lot of reasons for prices to pull back here. We got a trend line support, we got the measured move target down here, and possibly retesting the breakout point right here in 2020. So maybe we reach the 320s. But this can take probably, since this is the monthly chart, this could probably take the rest of the year, maybe even 2024. This downward pressure. Again, that's very far in the future. But it does look like prices are looking weak. It wants to drop. You can see how we have this kind of curvature to the chart. You can see how we went down, we went up, and now we're kind of like just curving around. So it looks like it wants to continue lower. So that's all I have for the SPY this week. Basically, we'll take it, day by day, week by week. Last week it was looking like prices want to continue higher, but since it cannot stay above the EMA, that's bearish. We closed below the EMA. You probably don't want to go long right into it, and you can see what happens. Immediately, price went up a little bit and reversed right away before trapping longs. You can see how this candle right here went above the green bar and then immediately reversed down hugely. So it looks like longs were trapped, expecting higher prices. The better thing to do is probably wait for a potential short. So it looks like shorts took advantage of that trap. Prices went lower. Since we're getting overextended from the EMA and we're near the end of the measured move target at the low 380s, I'll be expecting a bounce somewhere there. And if we see 2 attempts higher, back up to the lower side of the range at the low 390s, if we see 2 attempts higher, I'll be expecting it to fail and potentially see another big drop down. We'll have to wait and see. But as right now, this week, expecting a little bit of lower prices. A bounce is imminent, and we'll go from there. So that's all I have for the SPY this week, Sunday, and I'll see you guys next week, Sunday. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel. Since you might be surprised on what you can learn, leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.